Hello third graders, welcome to today's math class. In this lesson, we are going to learn and practice how to develop estimation strategies by reasoning. So let's go ahead and talk about what we learned so far. So last week, I have invited you to find some items with a certain weight. And we talked about how heavy 1 gram is, and some of the examples are paper clip, 1001 bill, and a cap of a pen. And I have also found some interesting examples from some of your seesaw activities. And one student shared that 4 M&Ms are about 1 gram. I found it very interesting. Thank you for sharing. And then how heavy is 10 gram? So we said 1 Chupa Chups or 1 lollipop is about 10 gram and 2 coins. And then some students share that 1 set of earphone, wired earphone, is about 10 gram. And also 2 pencils are about 10 grams. And a small pumpkin basket is also about 10 grams. So there were many different items that's about 10 grams. And let's move on and talk about 100 gram. And we talked about how 2 boiled eggs are about 100 gram. But some of the examples that I gathered from the students is that I think this is a brushing cup. It's about 100 gram. And also soap and our phone is about 100 gram. Then how heavy is 1 kilogram? Before we talk about the items, I want you to be reminded that 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 gram. Because the word kilo means 30. So whenever there is kilo or K, that represents 30. So that means we have 1 here, and then because this K represents 30, we put 30 and put the gram. That's why 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 gram. It's just an easier way to keep the number. So we talked about how 2 bottles of water is about 1 kilogram. And I also found some examples, and one student shared that 3 journal books of ours is about 1 kilogram. And also 2 drinks and 2 bags of soup and also 1 bag of rice. So there were many interesting items that's about 1 kilogram. Now let's move on and practice more estimation. So let's have a look at our first example. Here it says a box of cereal weighs about 350 grams or 12 grams. So we're going to see if a box of cereal is 350 grams or 350 kilograms. But we know that 1 kilogram is about 2 bottles of water. To make it 350 kilograms, imagine how many water bottles we will need. A lot. And do you think we can carry that much water bottle? Nope. However, when we think about a box of cereal, we often can carry it on our own. So we know that 350 kilograms doesn't make sense. So it's going to be grams. What about watermelon? Would it be 3 grams or 3 kilograms? We know that a paper clip is about 1 gram. To make it 3 grams, we just need 3 of them. However, I know that our watermelon is way heavier than 3 paper clips. So which one makes more sense? 3 grams or 3 kilograms? 3 kilograms. What about a postcard? 6 grams or 6 kilograms? We know that our postcard is lighter than a watermelon. Would it make sense if it's 6 kilograms? No. So we know that a postcard is about 6 grams. What about a cat? a cat weighs about 4 grams or 4 kilograms. Cat is heavier than a postcard and sometimes heavier than a watermelon. So 4 kilograms makes more sense. What about bicycle? Would it be 15 grams or 15 kilograms? Yes, it is 15 kilograms because it's heavier than a cat, heavier than a watermelon, and way heavier than 15 grams. Let's move on to number 6. Lemon weighs about 58 grams or 58 kilograms. If we say it's 58 kilograms, it should be heavier than a bicycle. But we know that a lemon is way lighter than a bicycle. So it should be 58 grams. So that's how we make our estimation. Let's move on to the next page. For this activity, we're going to practice how to read a scale. So this tool here is a special tool that we use to measure the weight, and we call this scale. Nowadays, we have many different kinds of scale, but we're going to use this one to practice how to read the weight on a scale. So let's look at the first drawing. It starts from 0, and then when it hits the half point, it's about 250 grams, and when it makes a full circle, it will become 500 grams. But when we look at our pointer, we know that it's somewhere between 140 and 150. That means we know that it's higher than 140, but lower than 150. So I'm going to go ahead and write down my first 2 digits, and I'm going to find my last number. There is a middle line which represents 145, and it's 1 higher than 145. And we know that 1 plus 5 is 6. So this is going to be 146 grams. Let's take a look at the second one. It's using different unit. It starts from 0. The midpoint is about 15 kilograms, and the full circle is 30 kilograms. And it's somewhere between 0 and 15, but to be more exact, since the scale has been divided into 3 parts, we know that each section or each line represents 5 and 10. And now it's somewhere between 15 and 10. So starting from 10, it's 11, 12. So we know that this is 12, and what is the unit? Kilogram. So that's how we read a scale. Let's move on and talk about the next question. During the exploration, James finds that his water bottle of water weighs the same as 1 kilogram bag of rice. He then exclaims, "Our class laptop weighs the same as 2 bottles of water. How much does the laptop weigh in kilograms? Explain your reasoning." So James has a water bottle, and it's the same as 1 kilogram bag of rice. Then after measuring this, he figured that 1 bottle of water is the same as it's about 1 kilogram. And later, he found out that 2 bottles of water is the same as 1 class laptop. We know that 1 single bottle of water is about 1 kilogram. Then how heavy is my laptop? When we add these 2 numbers, we get 2 kilograms, and that's how we know how heavy the laptop is. Let's move on to the last question together. Vivian tells her brother that 1 kilogram of rice weighs the same as 10 bags of containing 100 grams of beans each. Do you agree with her? Explain why or why not. So Vivian, she said to her brother, the 1 kilogram of rice is the same as 10 bags of 100 grams of beans. Is this correct or not? In order to find the answer for this question, we're going to add all 10 bags. So let's count it together. We need to count by 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,100. So also we know that 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 grams. And then when we counted all 10 bags, we also got 1,000 grams. Is she correct? Yes, she is. So 1 kilogram is the same as 10 bags of 100 grams. So that is it for today's lesson. There will be some math activities waiting for you on Seesaw. If you finish your activity early, I want you to try these IXL problems, and I also want you to check your answer for your Friday Seesaw activity. And I have also included some fun activities for you to do. For this first one, you're going to use the scale to find which one is heavier and lighter. For the second activity, you're going to use scale to practice balancing. So I hope you have fun trying those activities, and I'll see you later. Bye now.